Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Late Night Roast Show. Hello, I'm Nunnskees. And have you ever watched like David Letterman, Jimmy Fallon, any of them? That's what this is, because I spent my childhood watching way too much of that. If you don't know, this is beautiful little Kansas City, definitely right behind me. That is definitely a live skyline view. Totally. If you squint really hard, probably in this direction, you might see my apartment. I don't know. But how are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? It's been a while. I'd love to get to a point where I can do it at least once a week. Um, and if I was doing content full time, I would love to do this like 2 or 3 times a week. Um, but more lately, it's been kind of like a month, once a month type deal. I think the last one we had was October. We had one maybe in September or August. I don't know, it's been a while, but in the beginning, I like to cover a bunch of news and social media news, um, stuff going on Twitter and Twitch. But doing it once a month, you kind of miss a lot. But luckily, somehow Sniper Wolf keeps showing up actually and fills me in on everything so I know what to write for the show. How does she know? Who told her? I'm gonna have to like some internet digging, figure out how she knows that. But fitting to start with Twitch news, I guess, because Twitch had a lot of news and updates over the past few months. We had TwitchCon last month. We just had a new patch notes stream the other day with Dan Clancy, the new CEO. First off, the feature I use for this stream, for the guest star, is now streamed together. Even though the people you have on don't have to be streaming to be on, but if they are streaming, eventually you'll be able to see the combined chats in one box. You can see the combined viewers, which is really cool. There's simulcasting to other platforms. We can stream on Twitch and TikTok or YouTube or other not so great platforms. Uh, so you can speedrun getting banned on all of them at once. That's great. It's so great. And with that comes they're getting rid of the hype chat, which was a pretty questionable thing to implement in the first place, considering it was a just an exact clone of YouTube's donation chat, whatever it's called. I don't think it was called hype chat, but something. You could donate to the streamer and the message would be pinned. It was like a 90-10 split, I think. Why would you not just donate to the streamer directly? They got rid of that because if you're streaming Twitch and YouTube at the same time, they both have the exact same feature. It's gonna get a little confusing. You can now pin bits. Interesting. I don't know if I'm guessing the streamer can set a minimum for that. There's the clip editor, which is really handy to turn clips into like TikTok vertical format. There's feature clips, so people can like scroll through and your clips will show up like a TikTok feed. They veered away from being like YouTube, but are now being like TikTok, I guess. We have stories now, which I put up a story earlier today, like announcing the stream. I'm never on Twitch mobile, so I kind of forget about it. You can't look at stories on desktop yet, but I can't. And it's like 24 hours, and then they're gone. So I can't wait for. I want someone to treat Twitch stories like Snapchat. It's just like the most heinous things on there, and then it's just gone, and everyone tries to report on it, and it's like, well, there's no proof because it was a story, and it's gone. Just trust me. Just trust me. The biggest thing they announced last week with patch notes was we're getting a September part 2 in December, the end of December through January. December 13th, this September deals again, all subs are 25% off, except recurring. So you have to go through, unsub from everyone, and then manually resub to get the discount. December 13th to January 2nd, the 26th to the 2nd, gift subs will be off 25% off. That last week of it should still be the whole time, but we take what we can get, I guess. And as for Twitch, probably the biggest news piece right now, incredibly scandalous, mob-inducing, people are rioting. Pokimane. It always comes down to Pokimane, doesn't it? She's selling not scams, not an OnlyFans, cookies. Little cookies. Last Monday, she announced her new snack brand, Mine, and their first product, Midnight Mini Cookies. They're like a healthy alternative to like small snack bite-sized cookies. Like the bags, like like this big, and it's just like things you snack on. But they're made with sustainable. She sourced all the ingredients sustainably. They're sustainable ingredients. There's like vitamin D, and like it's gluten free, and it's like super healthy. Which I know health is very new to gamers. I know that's a whole thing, but I think that's where the whole thing went wrong in the first place, was like introducing health to gamers. Um, but the bags are about $7 each. You can buy them in a pack of 4 for $28, or if you sign up for a subscription, you get them delivered like for 25.20. So I get a little bit of a discount if you sign up to subscribe over there. And people are like, that's way too expensive. That's insane. $28 for cookies, but like, it's bags. I don't know. As someone who does a lot of Instacart, I've done a lot of Instacart shopping delivery for people over the years. That is well within that market of like health stuff. That is well within price. That is on the lower end. Let's be honest. $7 a bag is incredible. But the main thing, which kind of comes from that, is on her stream the other day, people were concerned and being like, "Hey, is it a little too expensive for some of us?" But then also it's Pokimane, so there's all the trolls, all the rude people, and she kind of stabs back and is like, "Well, if you're a broke boy, just say so." And everyone took that clip out of context, horribly out of context. And it's like, that's not how you sell a product. And like, well, that's how you tell off all the onslaught of incels. I mean, just don't be poor. Just don't be poor. What the hell? But I mean, like, it's just a case of like, buy them or don't. Like, it doesn't matter either way. If it's your thing, if you want to try it, cool. If not, cool. I'm probably not going to get them. I don't know. Like, other creators have products that are way above competing market prices. I don't want to call out Sean, like, have Sean be catching strays, but like his coffee, very good. I love it. I get it whenever I can. But it's $20 for a bag. I can get the same bag like Starbucks coffee for $7. And there's a bunch of others like clothing brands and food products and makeup and a bunch of other stuff other creators do, super overpriced, but you don't really hear much of that. I think it's just because there's another case of how women, especially Pokimane, like just can't breathe on this platform without being criticized on every front page news source on the internet. It's insane. Shipping kills me, yeah. It's the whole Valkyrie thing, pretty much. Pretty much. She's in talks to work the price down a bit. Which maybe I should do as before I announce my gamer granola bars, $50 a box. Does that sound good? Does that bring that down a bit maybe? $40. What gamer? I would destroy some gamer granola, honestly. Speaking of food, it is Thanksgiving in a few days, or Friendsgiving, or go to your retail job and try not to yourself day. However, whatever it is you do on that day. Um, I've worked a lot of retail. I always love though, oh, I can't believe you're open. That's such a shame crowd. They come in all the time, but they're like, oh, man, that's so dumb. Like they make you work, and they always annoy the hell out of me. Whereas like, yeah, I know. Can you believe it? Anyways, your total's $226. Thanks for buying half the store. See you again on Christmas when we have the same interaction over again. Like, come on. So many people. Every time. I worked 2019 when I first moved out to Kansas City. I worked at Starbucks. Um oh my god, train of thought. I worked at Starbucks on Thanksgiving. I worked open, and there was like a group of like 8 or 9 people as a family came in all to get drinks at like just before 7 a.m. And they're like, "Oh man, so glad you're open. Oh man, we really need coffee before we start like prepping and cooking everything. Oh man." And then turned right around and like, "Oh, I can't. When do you guys close? When are you guys off? Like, you get to go see your families?" And we're like, "No, because you're here. Come on." But good luck to those that have to deal with family drama in politics. I know that's always fun. I always escaped it. Thanksgiving was the one holiday my family stayed home. Well, my grandma's came out, and that was it. It was just kind of like our holiday. But I know there's the whole stereotype of like the whole family gets together and there's all the everything. It's always a fun time. And what extremely decisive topics we have to discuss this year. We have conservatives in government committing crimes left and right out in the open. We have all the Trump trials. We have the ongoing genocide. And next year is a presidential election year with Trump on the ballot again. Woo. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. People are gonna be at the table, like from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Grandma, can you pass me the butter right over there? Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you so much. These potatoes, by the way, so good, so good. Love you, Grandma. Thank you. Oh my God, Trump is on a ballot again. Yeah, but seriously, I hope um you'll have a good day. I know it can be weird with family. It can be a hard time for a lot of people. I truly hope you all have a warm, safe holiday weekend. Between Thanksgiving and all the shopping and Black Friday. And if you're one of the maniacs that still go out in person and shop on Black Friday, or like at 5 a.m., excuse me, 2 a.m., uh, after Thanksgiving, no, I'm gonna be in bed. I'm gonna wake up at like 11 a.m. on Friday and just scroll through my phone. I'm like, oh, I like that, and buy it. Done. Like Friday Thanksgiving, none of the thing here. Oh, consider yourself lucky. I hate it. I don't shop on Black Friday entirety, yeah. For the low, low price of staying home for free, you too can save a key lime pie from being exhausted. Oh my gosh. Oh, I super appreciate you all being here. I'm gonna take a quick break, get some coffee, um, and when I'm back, we'll talk with Okie Mikey. You can use the command exclamation guest to pull up more about her. I was muted. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I got an overflowed cup of coffee, a cat about to be on my lap. I'm set, ready to go. How are y'all feeling? Our guest tonight, if you haven't seen, the fellow Twitch streamer on here, of course, an indigenous streamer, actress, Asterian Stan. Everybody, welcome in Okie Mikey. Hello. Oh,
Get out.
there we go. Now you have audio. I knew I missed something.
Oh, okay. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. This is so weird. Oh my gosh.
Let's put this.
How is everybody?
Oh, gosh.
It's like I haven't seen y'all in a really long time. It's been like 2 hours.
Feels just like 2 hours ago I was in your stream.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi. I'm so nervous.
No. I promise you're not more nervous than me.
But how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
I'm the one asking you questions.
Wait a second. I'm doing well.
Just kidding. I'm taking the stage here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day someone takes over. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's doing really good.
Yeah. Well, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself, tell the world who you are.
Well, hi everyone. If you don't know who I am Mikey Presley. I'm an indigenous and Mexican streamer. I right now I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate. It's of course my favorite game. I love Astarion, as y'all probably already know. And big I've dreamed of being on like a streamer, YouTuber kind of person since I was really little. Uh I remember when the first iPhone came out and I found YouTube and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yep.
Ah! So, it's like that's what started it all, and just now I'm here and I'm very
Now you're
excited
doing it.
to continue moving forward with all this stuff.
Yeah,
Um, it's been a crazy journey, that's for sure.
sure. It's a weird thing we do.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, I just
you said since you were young, what like first got you interested in like creators or doing content?
Um, when I was really little, I I had this obsession with littlest pet shops.
Oh yeah.
And I actually still have them. I still collect them because um like they're like worth a lot of money now, which is insane to me. But
Really?
not to brag or expose myself, but I have like over 500
Oh my
LPS.
gosh.
But when I was a kid, I was just like was obsessed with LPS YouTube videos, and people would be like, "Oh my goodness, like taking my little character, LPS popular," and like we're like this high school drama stuff. Like I was so obsessed with that, and then I really got into like creating content from that, and I wanted to make
Mm.
my own videos and like music videos and stuff, and I ended up making a DIY LPS wedding dress.
Oh my gosh.
And it got 5K views when I was like 6. And I was like, "What the?"
What?
And it was my mom still has it because it was on her YouTube account.
Oh my gosh.
And because I wasn't old enough to have YouTube.
Yeah, true.
So, but I was just like, that's kind of like what started it. And after that, it led into like, I got into gaming, and
Mhm.
not to mention this guy, but like it was Sky Does Minecraft. I really loved him as a kid, and we don't support him now. We don't support him now,
Oh.
so but that's like people like that kind of just like really impacted my childhood, which led me
Mhm.
to this and like Mark. So I ended up finding Markiplier, and then I found
Mm.
Ethan, and that's just ever since I found Markiplier and Ethan, I think that's when it really like became my big dream. Sorry, is it
Mhm.
cutting out? uh,
I don't think
it
so.
became my big dream, and I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and they showed me that it is possible.
Mhm.
So after that, I just started really digging into it. I graduated high school, and I was 17, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build my own computer, and we're gonna do it. So once I graduated, that's what I started doing,
Wow. That's so
and
cool.
all that stuff.
Interesting.
But that's my journey.
Nice. It's nice hearing someone else say that all started because like Mark and Ethan, because same in college, my best friend was like, "Oh, you need to watch this clip." And I'm like, "What's this from?" He's like, "Oh, Game Grumps." I was like, "Okay, I'll check it
Oh,
out."
Game Grumps.
And now, like, I've seen Game Grumps live three times, NSP live last
Yeah.
year. Like, that led me to Mark, which led to Sean, which led to Ethan and Brian, and it's just now
Oh, that's
half my
awesome.
closet is content creator merch, and I live right here.
Mine is too. I have a not. I'm gonna expose myself again. Hold on.
Oh boy.
I got a little Ethan.
Oh,
He sits
nice.
next to me all the time. So
I love that.
that's my little guy.
I know Sean just announced like you can get the set the guy Sam plush again for limited time. I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
I might get that.
That is awesome. I love that.
Oh my gosh,
Mm.
it turned out really good.
I
Oh,
I should have got my own coffee. I'm a little jealous.
oh no, I got some Irish whiskey and vanilla coffee. It's
Oh, wow, that sounds
non-alcoholic, but
fancy.
yeah, from Christmas last year, I still haven't got through.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Very nice, very nice.
but it is, um, it's something, wow. People Indigenous Peoples Month. I know
Yes.
you were doing a thing this month of trying to highlight different the first stream I found of
Mhm.
you, you were showing a video. I can't quite remember what it was about, though.
Um, I've been showing a lot of videos before like, before we, like, get into a game where, it'll be about Indigenous Heritage Month or Thanksgiving or just, like, promoting other Indigenous content creators.
Mhm,
And I kinda made that, like, a big thing. Ever since I've started streaming about 2, 3 years ago, I, made it I knew from the start I wanted to do something for Indigenous people because we don't really have a platform. I know we're starting to get there, but it kinda sucked for ever since I was very little, growing up,
mhm.
um, people would always just say, "Oh, you're an Indian kid," and I'm like, "Hold up,
Hold
hold
on.
up.
Hold on.
Hey, we don't not that word,
Yeah,
not
now.
Indian. We're Native Americans." And it a lot of people would make fun of me because they'd do the, like, powwow dancing and singing, and they'd be like, "Hey,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Hey,
Hey.
uh, what the heck?" But and, like, throughout television and films, all that stuff, when you see Indigenous people, you see a white man dressed up as a Native man or,
Mhm,
like, something along the lines, and it's just not true Native people. But recently, throughout the years, we have actually been getting good representation, which I'm very excited for. And that's why I wanted to like showcase Indigenous games for the month. I mean, I'll do it any day, any month,
mhm.
but I just wanted to really like make it super important this month because I'm not saying Thanksgiving is a bad holiday. No, I think it's an amazing
No.
holiday. I have great memories with my family with Thanksgiving, and I think we should be celebrating it to, you know, be with our families and be thankful for
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
But the holiday is like based on genocide.
Yeah.
And I actually had someone the other day tell me, "Oh, but Thanksgiving is about surviving through the first winter. That's what it was all about." And I'm like, "No, no,
No.
no. That's why I'm showing videos every day before my
Mhm.
streams to teach you, and if you listen, it says that after, like, "Oh, we made killed this tribe, so we're gonna go have a big feast." Like,
Yeah.
come on, it's in the history books.
It's yeah.
But it's kinda sucks because they didn't really go over that in school. As kids, they would
Mhm.
just, like, tell you, "Oh, no, it's about the first winter," because they don't wanna ruin a kid's childhood, I
Oh,
guess, with
yeah.
that kinda information. But I feel like everyone should know, and, but just remember, like, yeah, you can celebrate the holiday, I don't care, I celebrate it, but just remember why it started and why some people celebrate it, and then they don't realize the true history of it.
Mhm.
So, sorry, I'm, like, kinda, like, all over the
No,
place,
you're good.
but, um, once again, going back to the video games, I wanted to showcase that because, like, there's a TV show called Reservation Dogs, and I highly recommend it if
Mm.
anyone hasn't seen it because it really teaches you about living on the res and all that stuff. And I never grew up on the res. I didn't even really grow up around tribes, other than my mom's best friend. Her tribe took us in because our tribe is up in Nova Scotia, Canada, and we don't
Oh,
have
wow.
connections up there really. So, and I live in Louisiana, so it's like we don't
Oh.
have any connections up there.
Yeah.
So it's like we're far apart. Um, but my mom's best friend, her tribe took us in, the Pueblo tribe. So they'll like send us stuff, and they made me like this whole outfit
Oh.
for my graduation, and it's so beautiful. And I even have like powwow shoes, and it's so cool, but
Oh.
I've never performed a powwow because I don't think I'm allowed to since I am, very mixed. I'm
Oh.
not, like, half native. I know they have half indigenous, dancing powwows, but I don't think they would allow me because I'm not half.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm so that's the thing, and obviously, I'm not gonna overstep or anything like
Mhm.
that. But I just I really wanted to connect to my people, and since I'd never really had that opportunity other than kinda hearing from my mom's friend. But I just thought maybe I could connect in a way by showing video games or content other indigenous content creators and spreading the word and awareness any way I can. And it's not me just trying to be like, "Oh, I'm just trying to fit in." No. I actually really care about this stuff, and it's something I've always been passionate about ever since I was really little. Like, it's always just impacted me in such an emotional way.
Mhm.
And but it's really hard right now, and I'm hoping by next year I could have, like, a big charity event or something. But right now it's really hard because there actually aren't a lot of video games with indigenous creators or, indigenous
Mhm.
characters. And if there are, the characters are represented wrong. And I want to show games that where indigenous people are represented correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like I played Assassin's Creed 3 recently,
Mhm.
and they really represented Connor's character and the Mohawk tribe like perfectly. It was just amazing. And I'm glad I got to show that to everybody. It was so fun playing, and
That was a fun playthrough.
it was very fun. And I just I don't know. It's a lot though because I kind of don't I don't know. I know I don't really fit in, and I never really fit in anywhere else. So I'm just trying to be like open-minded to everything, and like I
Yeah.
want to be able to help people, but I'm still learning myself. So if anything, like any way, if someone could like teach me stuff, I would happily like listen and learn. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. That's a lot to carry. I've always said I was always like an outsider. I was like, if I can't fit in, then I'll stand out. I'll do something here. This was a joke. The whole like, what if I did a talk show and now I'm here? So
Yeah, you did it.
you just say, you know what? No, I'm just gonna stand out. I'm gonna do my own thing and do it big, and
Yeah.
people are gonna see.
Yeah. That's
I think
awesome.
a charity event, a big charity event, would be really cool for you to do for something
I'm
like
really
this.
hoping that I wanted to do that this month, but
Mhm.
it when I realized I tried to plan it out. I'm very bad at planning stuff out,
Same.
if you don't know that already. But, when it comes to, like, planning stuff out, I was working hard trying to, like, every day, like, "Oh, let me look up this content creator, this, game," and then I realized I'm very limited on, like, that kinda stuff, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Crap, there really isn't a lot out there that I can show." I mean, I
Mhm.
can show videos, yes, I know that, and I can show content creators, but there was, like, no video games,
Mhm.
and Assassin's Creed was the only one I could really find, um,
Wow.
and I was like, "What the heck?" Maybe there are games out there that I just haven't come across yet, and I would love to play those games, so, of course, if anyone ever finds something like that and recommends it to me, I'm gonna play it. But it kinda sucked that I didn't have everything for the month, and I was like, "Dang it." So, hoping by next year, I can have a big charity event and do stuff like that. I really wanna give back to my people and help them in any way I can because they are definitely going through a lot
Mm.
when it comes to like the laws and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
it's just really intense. It's
Yeah.
very intense.
What is your tribe, if I may ask?
It's Mi'kmaq tribe. So up in
Okay.
it's very hard to pronounce. When you spell it out, you're like, what?
Uh,
Because it doesn't look like it says Mi'kmaq. But I am Mi'kmaq tribe, and I'm kind of learning the language here and there.
Mhm.
By learning the language, I learn a word here and there.
Yeah.
uh, because the Mi'kmaq language is actually very, um, it's like dying out, I guess you could say, or maybe because where I live, obviously no one's going to be speaking Mi'kmaq,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I know it's a very hard language to learn, and it's not very common. A lot of from my generation, um, not a lot of Mi'kmaq people speak that language, and so
Mhm.
it is. I think it's slowly dying out.
I've
Which I mean, hope not, but
yeah. I have a friend, in Vancouver Island who's her family's native, and she's been posting,
Mhm.
like, progress of her learning her language and teaching others, and
Oh
I
wow,
was like,
that's
I
awesome.
could never. I am the most basic white dude, like, I could never. I grew up in Illinois, um, around where the Illini tribe were, and the University of Illinois is their mascot is the Illini. Um,
Mhm.
that's about as much Native American history as I learned.
Yeah.
There were still, like, surviving members of, like, this long line from the, uh, Illini clan, and one of their guys would get in their full, like, traditional garb and perform, like, in one of their actual dances at the show,
Mhm.
and I don't remember what they ended up stopping doing that 10, 15 years ago? I don't remember why, but,
Mm.
yeah, other than that, it was just Thanksgiving. Oh, man, they had a
Yeah.
feast, sometimes
Yeah.
together, sometimes we were taught it was together, and, that was it. I'm like, I feel like we're missing a large gap in history here.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, when I started checking you out and I saw you were gonna be doing that, I was like, "Oh, this is my chance to learn." I'm excited.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing is though is like I messaged you before and I'd said I myself am still learning and
Mhm.
it's something like I don't want to like give wrong information or anything like that. So I definitely, if I don't know something, I will be upfront about it. Like I'm not gonna be like,
Mm.
I don't know, or like I'm gonna be like, well, maybe it's this.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna just have to be like straight up and be like, look, I apologize, I don't know. So like with all this stuff, I like Indigenous Heritage Month. I've been trying to like really learn from as much as I can with this kind of information about Thanksgiving and stuff because I myself didn't really know it until a couple years ago. Like that's how
Mm.
blinded our society may with like public schooling and all that. Like that's
Yeah.
how it's just weird. I have the internet to actually thank for that because I mean the internet is what opened up my eyes. If I probably never touched a phone, I'd probably never would have figured all this stuff out.
Yeah. If you haven't been watching
But
YouTube
yeah.
videos when you're 6 years old, then
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I actually remember as a kid, I would play this indigenous, I think it was a Lakota lullaby, and I found it on YouTube when I was really little, and I showed it to my mom. I was like, "Mom, listen to the song," and she's like, "Oh, that's beautiful," and I just remember I would like play it every night before bed, and I would just go to
Oh.
sleep to it. And it was just so cool to find something like that, and I felt like I could really connect some way, and that was through music with that, and, um, like, going to powwows and stuff always, like I felt like opened up my mind spiritually
Mhm.
and stuff, so I got really into all that, and my mom, she'll barge into my room and sage me or whatever. She'll be like, "Here's the sage." She's like, "Do your prayers."
Oh, it's that time again already? Oh, man, okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though. That's so cool that you found that, and just
Yes.
I don't know, that you're just trying so hard to, like,
Yeah.
just be I don't know,
I
that's so cool.
I don't want people to think like this has always been, I guess, a big fear of mine is that people think I'm trying to be something I'm not, or I'm overstepping boundaries or whatever. Because I was growing up in school, I was in that in between area where there's like, oh, there's the popular white kids and there's, the mixed and, just like all that
Mhm.
stuff. And I mean, I'm mixed, but people would like be like, oh, you're not white. Oh, you're not Mexican. Oh, you're not native. And I'm like, what?
Huh?
And I was like, what am I then?
Yeah.
Like a blob on the floor? I don't know. Like, I
A
don't know.
4th, more sinister option?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the other option? Jesus? I don't know. But because of that, I've always had this fear that someone's gonna look at me and they go, "Why are you trying to be native?" I'm not trying to be native. I can pull up my ancestry stuff and all that
Yeah.
crap, and pull out my dad, pull out my mom. Hey, look
Yeah.
at them. Like, pull out my grandfather. Does he not look native to you? But it's just like I don't want someone to look at me and go, "Ah, you can't be doing this. You can't be doing, like, the stuff that I'm doing." They're like, "No, you're faking it. You're trying to be someone you're not." Like, I don't know why that bugs me so much and why that's such a huge
Mhm.
fear. I guess really anything about the internet trying to make me out to be someone I'm not is very scary for anyone,
Yeah.
but it's specifically terrifying to me. Like, I don't know why it's been a huge, like, wall that I've run into quite a few times. Cause I mean, there are many times where I thought, "I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't be a content creator. Cause what if I can't handle it?" But I push through it because what matters most to me is giving Indigenous people a voice, and that's what I want my platform to be, and I want it to be like, when I look at Pokimane, um, she's someone I look up to a lot. When I see her, I just think she has such a huge platform, and it would be so amazing if I could get out so much for Indigenous people with that kind of platform.
Mhm.
And, like, it's not about the views or the money, like, I don't want Mikey Cookies win.
Mikey
Wait,
cookies,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, I just, like, looked over at that. I've been trying to stay on topic, and then I was like, but
That's so
when
good.
when I just that's like, it's not about the views, it's not about the money, it's about
Mhm.
giving Indigenous people that kind of platform because I just I want to see more Indigenous content creators. I want to see
Mhm.
more Indigenous video games, more representation in video games. And like that's something I really liked about Baldur's Gate actually is that they added Indigenous preset faces. And I was
Oh.
like, "You're kidding me." When I saw that, I almost started crying because I was like, "This is insane. This is they usually any kind of customization, character customization game, they never have indigenous features." And I
No.
mean, as you could tell, I have the big indigenous nose. So I was like, they never have that in games. And that's why I made my character Mel, which her name
Mhm.
is Mel Gwiscott. That's the full name, which is Mi'kmaq for nightmare.
Oh.
But we just call her Mel for short, so it's not hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
But her features were very native, and I remember being so excited when I made her because and I feel like when me talking about her is like she's like this whole character that is just really represents me, and I don't know. I don't mean to get onto Baldur's Gate during this
Oh, no, you're
conversation, but
good.
it's just it is my oh my god. I've just never been so proud of something, and I really have Baldur's Gate and Larian Studios to thank for that because we're finally getting representation
Yeah.
slowly but surely, and, just something as small as that brought tears to my eyes and made such a huge impact on me. So,
Mhm.
it's just I don't know,
And seeing that in such
it's
a big game
crazy.
too, knowing how
Yeah,
many
it's
people
such a
play it.
big game. And I don't know, it's just been amazing, amazing journey that I've been able to play that game and feel respected and represented in some sort of way.
Mhm. Talking about there's not a lot of, like, games that have indigenous people in them. Are there is there any more games made by indigenous people that may not necessarily be have, like, indigenous stuff
Mhm.
in them, but just people on the team that made it?
So, like, that's a thing that I ended up looking up because I was like, "Let me find the, like, designers or, game designers and stuff."
Mhm.
I was like, "There's gotta be, like, some there's gotta be a
Something.
list of them out there."
Yeah.
And, I found one
Oh.
one guy that, um, made it pretty big. He made the game Doom. I know
Oh.
apparently that's a very popular game
Oh, yeah.
from was it 1997, I
Yeah.
think,
Right
that
around
it
then.
came out? Um, but he came out with that game, and I was like, "Holy crap." And I've been wanting to play it, but also I was gonna try to play the first one, which you can't
Oh.
because it's so old. But I wanted to try to play the first one because apparently when the guy, I sorry, I forgot his name, I don't know his name,
It's just
the
Doom Guy.
creator of the game.
Oh, that guy.
It's just Doom guy. The Doom
Yeah.
guy, the
Yeah.
Doom guy.
The Doom Guy.
The native Doom guy.
Yeah.
But he, when he made the first game, the main character that you play as, apparently um, has indigenous features and stuff, which I think the majority of the game you can't even see the guy's face because it's like
Yeah.
first person. But on the like title screen or whatever, there's his whole face and stuff, and
Huh.
apparently he's like native representation, which is pretty cool. But and of course that guy has come out with tons of games from that franchise.
Mhm.
But um I don't know, like I wanted to play it, but also I felt like I was gonna be made fun of because I don't play those types of games at all. Like, I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm playing Doom," and some guy's gonna be like, "What are you doing, you girl?" Like, I don't like, I'm worried I'm gonna be like, I
God.
don't know what I'm doing."
Someone's gonna
He's like,
sound the
"Oh,
alarms at
these
Reddit.
yeah. Oh, this those Gen Zs, they're just trying to try the old stuff and feel retro." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking
What
about?
are you on about? Doom's
This
also just
came
like
out, like, 3 years before I was born. I
yeah.
don't know what you mean."
Oh god. I'm so old. I was 95.
95. Okay, so that's not 3 years before I was born.
No. I'm older
I was
than
born in
Doom.
2003. You're older than old, old. No, I'm kidding.
Old. No, I have the cane. I fully
It's
accepted
like
it.
it's like that, SpongeBob movie when the king was bald and then he took off
Oh,
his crown. It's like, "Bald,
bald,
bald,
bald.
bald," but it's old,
Oh,
old.
that gives me a that gives me an idea actually. I'm gonna make note of that. Movie bald but old. Okay. I have an edit to work on later now.
Tell me why I do recommend? Of course. Okay. I'll have to look into that.
Oh, nice. Skabama Snowfall. It has representation of Nordic indigenous stories and cultures. Oh, interesting.
Very cool.
Never alone. Well, you might have some games to look into.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into those. Um, there were definitely some other games that I'd seen, and so I mean, like the Snowfall one. That one I did see. I think that's the one I saw, and I was have that on my list of games to play.
Nice. Is
But
that
yeah, like I said, it's like very limited on what what is out there.
is that Alma yelling for attention in the background?
Yeah, I didn't know my mic picked that up.
Real face.
Alma, come here. She just looked at me like,
Uh, I've
"Hey,
had
come here.
Tracer up and down all over me this whole time.
Alma, come here. What are you doing?" They heard you. She's doing that slow blink, I
I've been
love that.
perceived.
She's like, "Hello?
Aw.
Come here." She's not listening. That's
We have the
fine.
joke around here that Tracer is the actual streamer. I just fill in.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely Alma too. She's the actual streamer. I'm just her
She used to
fill-in.
hate having, like,
So
her picture taken and stuff. If she recognized I was trying to take a picture of my phone, she'd run off or something. And ever since I started
aw.
streaming, especially with, like, the ring light and the camera, um, she'll sit in a chair or she'll sit, like, somewhere beside me. She's always in frame.
I love that. I love that so much. I think cats are just camera lovers
Oh, yeah.
when it comes to, like, filming. They're like, "Yeah, me.
Me.
Pay
All
attention."
me.
All me.
Where are you? Okay. She's just staring at me.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Wait, what happened? Oh, links to me why game.com. Gotcha. Cool, cool. I noticed changing topics a bit, but I noticed in your Twitter
Okay.
bio something about is it a movie? Is it what are you working on?
Oh my god! I forgot about that. Okay. Uh, no one's ever asked me about this, so I'm very excited.
Oh my gosh.
So I was actually okay, this is actually gonna reveal a lot of stuff about me. All right, here we go.
Breaking news, here we
I
go.
was in a film called The Missing Girl from Caddo Lake. The Caddo Lake. It's a place in Louisiana
Mhm.
about a girl that goes missing. It's not a real story, so don't worry about
No.
that. But the film has Dylan O'Brien in it, and I got to be in it, and it is
Oh.
the most amazing thing in the world. Um, I I was taking acting class. I've been taking acting classes for well, I took them for about 6 months, and then I had to stop because, 1, when the strike happened,
Oh, yeah.
um, it kinda, like, just put a halt on all films coming
Mhm.
out where I live, and, I haven't been able to audition for stuff. It's been insanely impossible to get auditions out or like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's already hard. That's already a
Oh,
difficult
yeah, I'm
thing
sure.
is to hear back from people. Um, but luckily, I mean, I've had a couple directors and content creators message me back and ask for auditions, and I've gotten through pretty far on auditions,
Wow.
which is awesome. But
Yeah.
I've never been officially hired. The Caddo Lake film, that was just me as a background. That was me testing the waters to see if this was something I wanted to do. And when I was on set, it opened up my eyes and I just fell in love with everything, the acting and the stuff happening behind the scenes. And it was really awesome because I actually got to meet Dylan O'Brien
Oh, nice.
and I had lunch with him, just me and him, which is
Oh.
the most insane thing to say. Um, but because of that conversation that I had with him, just it clicked. That right there, it clicked,
Mhm.
and I said, "That's what I wanna do." Um, I don't know I mean, it's gonna be a long process, of course, I'm just starting out,
Yeah.
but I was like, "This is what I'll do." And so I started looking around locally where I live for schools, and that's it's not a where I live is not a it's a city, but it's small. So I can't
It's a
say like it's like a
city.
little town, but it's also not like, like Dallas, Texas or New York or LA.
Yeah.
It's nothing big like that. It's just this tiny city. And it's not New Orleans, that's for sure. Everything's happening in New Orleans, but where I
Yeah.
live, nothing.
No.
But After the strike, there was a big, um, purchase on a studio where I live,
Oh,
and I'm just trying not to give too many details about where I live,
yeah.
but, someone bought a big studio, our movie studio, and but because that hit right during the strike, nothing has progressed since then.
Mhm.
But because this man has bought this studio, I should we should be getting a lot of productions up here again. Because we had them in the past, but it was like every year there'd be like 2 movies that were filmed out here. And then
Mhm.
suddenly they stopped. And now that this guy has bought this studio, apparently, from what we know, what's estimated is that it's gonna skyrocket with productions out here,
Ooh,
and so, like, fingers crossed that that's what's gonna happen.
yeah.
But,
With you involved.
after the Caddo yeah. After the Caddo Lake film, I was looking for classes, and I found one at that studio that was filming the Caddo Lake film, and I was like, "This is awesome." And I found the teacher, I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey." And he was like, "Yeah, come in for the first class. It's free. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "Oh,
Nice.
okay." And he's like, "It's just to see if you want to do this." And I joined and I fell in love with it. And I didn't think I would like it because I'm not good at reading. That is something I'm very insecure about. Uh and I can't believe I play like Baldur's Gate because there's a lot of reading in that and
So much
figuring
text.
out stuff and so much text and all this stuff, but I've managed to fall in love with that game, so I guess maybe acting was helping me out with that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but I was so nervous the first day of that class and fell in love with it though, and I was like, "I just gotta get over this fear."
Mhm.
And I'm so glad I did it for, like, those 6 months because it just those 6 months taught me so much. And, but unfortunately so, like, I had to quit the classes, and I'm hoping I can go back soon, but
Yeah.
my job was, like, interfering and trying to
Mm.
overlap with, that kinda stuff, and I couldn't get in auditions, I couldn't study my material often because I was just working so much, and I
Mhm.
even cut to part-time, and that still, like, killed me. I don't know what it is. I guess energy-wise, I was just so drained from
Oh,
my
yeah.
job, and so I quit my job recently, and I'm streaming full-time now, and I'm just really hoping I can get to a point where I can afford those classes again
Yeah.
because I really miss it. I truly do. It was so I I really had to get it was very uncomfortable being in front of a camera and my teacher would say don't look directly into the camera and he'd be
Yeah.
like, look at me reading the script and you have to memorize that script, of course. So I was like, "Oh, okay." And I didn't think I could do it because I'm dyslexic and
Mm.
it's impossible for me to memorize words,
Mhm.
because I'm thinking of the full words, and it's, like, a lot to process in my head, and I remember the first 2 weeks, I was like I was talking to my mom, she would, like, run over the script with me, and she's like, "Okay, so do the" it's, "Sarah went to the beach," and I would be like, "Sarah what?" Like,
What's
I
it?
was like,
Wait, who's Sarah?
"Huh? I forgot the line." And it was constantly me just going, Sarah, line," like, it was just constantly.
Yeah.
And then I figured out a way that I could memorize scripts better, and it seemed like after that, it got easier, and
Mhm.
I was progressing a lot faster in the class, and my teacher was like, "You're really good," and he would push me, and he'd say, "Now do this instead," or, blah, blah, and I really fell in love with it, and I don't mean to, like, keep rambling on about
No,
this,
you're
but
good.
it's just I really fell in love with it, and I really wanna continue it, and my dream, once again, is for Indigenous people. I wanna play in as Indigenous roles and,
Mhm.
obviously, I'm gonna be the mixed girl or whatever, you
Yeah.
know? Um, But there was this I actually got and this kind of makes me sad that I didn't get this, but I understand, I'm not gonna get every role I audition for. And honestly, if I got that role, I probably wasn't even gonna be ready for it because I know I still have so much more to learn.
Mhm.
But there was a role. This guy, he was just doing a little independent film, and he was looking for a girl to play the indigenous sister where she was like this indigenous older sister and her little sister had gone missing. And because of um there's a this oh what would you I don't know the word for it, sorry. But there's this situation going on in the indigenous community
Mhm.
called MMIWG. Uh, wait, MMIWG 2S.
Ah.
They just added this on recently. It's missing and murdered indigenous women and girls and two-spirited people.
Oh, okay.
And um this is a lot of indigenous women, girls, two-spirited people have gone missing over the last few years. I mean, it's always been very like a it's always been an issue for
Mhm.
indigenous people, and it's always been an issue for everybody in the world. But um the government doesn't really want to help indigenous people for
Yeah.
whatever freaking reason. And so it's just become such a huge issue. Thousands of women and girls and two-spirited people go missing every month, every
Mm.
year, it's every day.
Yeah.
And it's just getting to a really bad point with all this stuff. So this movie, I really thought this is something I want to do because I I need to spread the word more. I want to show
Mhm.
people my how I truly feel about this stuff. And in my audition, I literally started crying, but it wasn't because I was acting, it was because I was truly felt that. And I was crying out because I was like, I don't remember the scene. I probably shouldn't talk about it. So I'm not gonna but I just remember crying over that scene and it just killed me.
Mhm.
And because it does kill me and it hurts me that this is happening and it's not being solved, it's not being helped. So that is just like I hate that I didn't get that role, but I hope one day I can get a role like that and be able to truly like spread awareness.
Mhm.
And I don't even care. I'll be the background character. I'll be like, hey, yeah, I'll be the person that's like, hey, there's the missing girl over there.
There.
Like, I don't
'Cause I
know.
found her.
Like, yeah, I found her. It's like, just, I just want to be part of something like that because I truly am passionate about this kind of stuff.
Mhm. That's so cool.
So
I'm sure you'll get there. You seem like
I hope so.
a great, passionate
Hoping I can
person.
return to class soon. So,
Yeah.
oh, goodness.
Um, I was gonna say, oh no. Get to the
Oh, no.
point where I'm tired. Um,
It's okay.
yeah, I don't know. I just think part when I first got into your streams, like the thing that like kept me there all day, um, was just like, I don't know, your presence, I guess. How
Oh, thank you.
you like carry yourself and like I don't know how like I don't know how to describe it, but you're just like
Stop
you're on
flattering me.
constantly.
Her thirst
The
for a
first stare.
star.
Yeah. Really
Yeah,
captivated me.
so that's really what brings in the people.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I have to tell everyone about this man. One time I made a comment. I feel so stupid. I made a comment and I was like, Astarian is into native women. Hell yeah. Like, I don't know why I made that such a big thing for a while, but I don't know. It's so
That's amazing.
stupid.
An ally
Astarian is
confirmed.
an ally. That's perfect. You're Hey, we don't talk about the
I
pinned
did
comment.
see
You
that.
ask Wasabi about that. Oh,
Uh,
goodness.
Mikey, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you
Thank you
coming
for having
on
me.
and doing
I
this.
didn't realize the whole hour passed by. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's the point. I was I
I was
honestly, I love
rambling
it.
on for so much.
I love it when I don't have to talk too much because like another person gets into it. I'm like, good, yes, I want to learn more about you. Um,
I don't know. That was the thing I was worried about. I was like, what if I don't have enough to say? And now I realized I have so much to say.
so much. What
But
sorry, I was asking,
sorry.
was two spirited mean?
What is two spirited? So
Too British.
okay, hold on. I'm terrible at explaining things, so if it is okay, I'm going to pull up the
Yeah,
actual definition.
there you go.
It I stumble on my words a lot, so I don't ever want to like
No, same, yeah.
explain something wrong.
I have a whole
It
script
says
in front of me.
yeah. Says traditionally Native American Two Spirit people were male, female, and sometimes intersex individuals who combined activities of both men and women with traits unique to their status as Two Spirit people. In most tribes, they were considered neither men nor women. They occupied a distinct alternative gender status. And a lot of people will as they'll just say, "Oh, so they're non-binary." No, that is not what that means. That is
Mhm.
not what that means at all. There can be an indigenous person that is non-binary, two-spirited. That is a term that, you know,
Mhm.
um you if you ask me, "Hey, so what does that truly mean?" I can't tell you because I'm not two-spirited. I don't
Mhm.
I I'm still learning that term myself. It's kind of really like for me, I can't seem to wrap my head around it, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's something I highly respect, of course. Um, and I'm trying very hard to understand the term more and more because I had this conversation with my mom the other day, and she said, two spirited is not saying you're non binary, it's something deeper, more spiritual and this kind of and I think I've been wanting to dive in deeper to my heritage and their connection to spirituality and stuff. So it's something I've always grown up with that kind of stuff anyways,
Mhm.
but the term two spirited has not come to my attention until 3-4 years ago.
Oh,
So
well.
um it's it's something I'm still very much learning about.
Gotcha.
Um, if men are hunters and women are gatherers, simplifying it a lot here. A two-spirited person is one who does both. I would say, well, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that out there. I don't know. I was, um, but I believe like that. I mean, that makes sense. Someone who would do both or does neither. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do any of
That sounds
that.
like a lot of work. Eh, no.
Yeah, that would be me. I'd be the one that's like, I do neither.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I do neither.
Um, I assume that many of you here already know Mikey, but for those who don't, if we want a little peek in at what her streams are like, we've got a clip here to show you,
Oh
give you a little
goodness.
taste.
Love her. Okay. I don't know how the fuck I just did that, but okay. Oh, get him. Get him. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, you wanna fucking go?
All right, so don't piss you off, got it. Um, thank you so much for coming on, talking about everything. Learned a lot, seriously, which I was
Thank you
really looking forward
for
to.
having me. I apologize though if I wasn't very informative when it comes to this stuff because like I
Oh,
said, I'm
very.
still learning.
Yeah.
But I hope to see you all in the future and we can all take this journey and learn more together and spread awareness and stuff. So
Yeah. And I look forward to the big charity stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Next year.
Next year. I'm already panicking about St. Jude being 6 months away.
Oh,
Oh
goodness,
god.
yeah. I can't imagine. I know that stuff is probably extremely stressful, and I'm going to be figuring that out very soon.
Yeah. Um, and if you guys want to check her out, you can use the exclamation mark guest should pull up like channel, so you can go check her out. Please do. You stream Monday through Thursday, right?
Yes, Monday through Thursday,
Thursday.
sometimes on Fridays if I'm feeling a little spicy.
Mm. About 11 a.m. Central.
Yeah, 11:30 AM Central Standard
30.
Time.
Hey, I'm getting better at
I don't
this.
know why I said the whole standard time. I
Standard
could just say
time.
Central.
Central alternative time.
Central Astarian time. I don't know.
There it is.
Sorry, I have to bring him up every chance I can.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mickey. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. There we go. And that was finish. Oh, Twitch is asking me questions. I don't care. Okay. It's really engaging and fun. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Sorry, I saw you were saying like you love this format. Thank you so much. A lot of people are just like, oh, it's a podcast. But I'm really trying to make it more than just that. I want it to be like an actual like talk show. And I think that's something I think we're the first ones to do this on Twitch. I haven't seen anyone have like this kind of like format. Um, that's something like I really wanted to drive home to people was like it's not a podcast. Like it's just something very unique, and I'm trying to do it differently than just another white dude talking to a mic with guests. So that means a lot that everyone loved it and was impressed. That means a lot. Finally, she's gone. She talks a lot. Ah, she's gone. No, Mikey, thank you so much. It was great having you. I look forward to having you again in the future. Maybe next year, maybe this time next year, we talk about how your charity stream goes. Thoughts? Um, but yeah, wrap up again. I'm Nunnskees. This is the Late Night Roast Show. Um, late night talk show on Twitch where I bring on other creators to find out what they're up to, events, announcements, stuff upcoming. Just get to know them a little bit more because this is a huge platform. There's so many people doing so many great things. I want to know about it. And one last important message before I go. However you celebrate the holiday coming up, um, do take a moment. Just kind of like pause, think about everything. Like, just take a moment to be thankful for you have people in your life, just every day. I know there's a lot going on. It seems like there's more and more stuff happening in the world every month, every year. Um, Life can be really unpredictable, but I know I'm thankful for all of you, all of your support, and for all my friends. Um, yeah, just take a moment. I try to ideally every day, but yeah, just try to be grateful for what I have and who I know. I appreciate all so much. Thank you all for joining. I see you over in Phantom's stream for the raid. Have a great night, everybody.